Hello, welcome to another episode. Last episode, the German-Soviet War begun, with Germany also, first of all, Germany capitulated France, the Balkans were capitulated, Turkey was capitulated, and Germany is pushing into Iberia, and now Germany and Britain are at war with the Soviets, as the Soviets pretty much do a defense of their land. I mean, at first with the offensive, possibly realizing that, I don't know, wait, the German attacks the Soviet. It's just that, the Soviets at first were actually a bit stronger. Right now, the Germans are doing good work against Spanish, surrounding a small army here. I guess it's sufficient. Actually, two now. They just naively got another army in, like not division, surrounding divisions near, like here, taking Madrid, which they just took, and yeah, they're getting closer to Finland. With you look at they're trying to do an offensive into Finland. I don't know if what is. They could do a fascist takeover. Could it just happen? Spain have war goals and everyone, but they just haven't done anything with them. Finland is a the Finnish have the Finnish Swedish People Party. Which I think is their way to try to increase its opinion with Sweden without, joining Sweden's kind of sphere of influence. The Germans have done nobly offensives down south, because I love the offensive going to the center, seemingly kind of try to just make a breach through. The Germans have... Oh, Italy's not... Depending on if Germany joins the war, this could either just be a kind of quick border adjustment, or it could just be like the full-scale German, Italian war. I think Italy's hope is that Germany just doesn't care enough about Croatia to really protect it, so they could just kind of rush in and kind of annex it, which I do feel like what's kind of occurring right now, because yeah, there's nothing really stopping them, and not like anyone else on like the kind of German side joined, so it just kind of took it over. Okay, they should normally get a peace deal offering by now. I mean, even in cases where, I don't know why it's just not occurring at all. I don't know, I just guess not happening. Germany have pushed. They both, Spain and France should be capitulated, so France, Portugal is not. I realized I said Spain and France. Yeah. Iran had joined the Soviets, allowing the Soviets to push down here a little. The Germans, meanwhile, have made major pushes, taking Odessa, taking Mercer, taking Minsk, and crossing into the Latvian border. The Germans are now finally doing their offensive, and not helping the fact that the Soviets got into a war with Denmark, causing Denmark to join the Axis. I mean, they're not strong, but they could definitely be annoying. Although the Italian idea of just kind of taking over the kind of Croatia then ending war have failed now with the Soviet war against Denmark. Their hope really probably was just the fact that, you know, as pretty much nearly everyone in the pack is a puppet of, like, you know, Germany, just the fact that none of them were really going to fight them. That did work until it got to, like, Denmark. Now Denmark is fighting this. Okay, I guess Sweden is now part of the this alliance, the kind of Iberian alliance. Alright then. No matter what, that's definitely gonna at least distract the Axis, helping the Soviets at least a little. But the Soviet push against the British have kind of slowed down, as it's now just turning into a stop. The Swedes are starting to get pushed back now with the Danish pushes into Sweden. Kiev is very close to falling, like it could fall by a single German push. Yeah, the Germans are suffering some problems with the city of Lisbon itself, because yeah, they're just not pushing. So when it comes to the Eastern Front, they're doing fine. They're close to taking Kiev, with them now being at the gates of Kiev. Yep, they're doing the push to take Kiev. Sweden is trying to push back. I think that some attempts to push back the Danish, so they didn't succeed. So now they're just kind of both stuck. Neither one of them are really pushing. They're just kind of both trying to do something to kind of end the stalemate. Unfortunately, nothing is succeeding, so they're just kind of now stuck in a stalemate for a little bit. The Kingdom of Italy, I don't really know. British alliance are kind of stuck in a stalemate with the Soviets, as neither one of them really pushing. But the Germans are just rushing the Soviets. They're threatening Kiev. They're moving the troops eastward, and they're about to take some Minsk. Even this part. So if this would be at the extent of the German line, remains to be seen, as the Germans are not doing as great as our timeline do for them other than fighting through Iberia. They're still stuck in Iberia with Lisbon. Okay, look at the Danish made a few pushes. Not even major, but they have succeeded in pushing back the Swedes. You know what, the Germans have finally captured Kiev, making that a great success, as the Germans are just kind of slowly getting stuck more and more into a stalemate. They don't have the fact that they're both campaigning in Iberia, and in Scandinavia. And as I said, there was just a Free French revolt. The Free French just caused a revolt in eastern France. Like, will it survive? No. Will it distract the Germans? Yes. As the Germans are no longer really pushing as much. Probably because they're gonna have to, probably because they're moving troops into here to just kind of quickly deal with this before it becomes, you know, too big of a problem. So the Germans are still successfully doing pushes. Okay, yep, okay. No, I don't know why like Germany does not call in like Hungary, because that would both help. I mean, against the Soviets, and would also help just push against these troops. Yet, I mean, I guess they don't want to give Hungary any land, so I guess that's the reason why. Well, okay, well, the Germans have called in the Finnish. They're not in a war with Sweden yet, so they are they are beginning a push against like the Soviets, which are making rapid gains. Alright, the Germans have called in Hungary as well, seemingly to trying to kind of breach some of the front lines. British troops have quickly attempted to just push into Leningrad, so they're experiencing failures and will have to retreat. German forces are definitely preparing to launch a few operations up there to try to kind of, you know, gain control of Croatia. With that, the Finnish should not be at war with the Nordic Defense Alliance. That will definitely help the Germans make some more gains with them. Yeah, they're now kind of slowly continuing their movement eastwards, so no longer as fast as it was before. Now it seems like they're trying to push up here to split the Latvian forces here from the rest, kill them, and then try to gain Riga and like maybe eventually capitulate Latvia. Yeah, Hungary was able to take out like the rest of the Romanian forces. Now the Germans are just gonna attempt a push east. Fighting the turn here with the German pushes here Riga are not seen, so the pushes down here succeeding, which will help them, like, I mean, maybe. Main pushes seem to be the pushes north of the Danube, with them making rapid gains, and will pretty much just kind of quickly kind of like threatening like a potential push down here, and like to force them to kind of go through Crimea. So it seems like the German army down here defends more a little bit more. Okay, that might actually help the Germans a whole. Okay, that's gonna help the Germans a whole lot. Finland falls, because yeah, then it would just lead to an opening for like a Soviet push. Like, the German team main focus seemed to be to just kind of break the Soviet southern line. Yep, they took Grenenrog with them doing pushes down south, shredding some of the armies was potentially being encircled. It seems like the operation down here has ended for a short time. Yeah, I'm seeing if they might be trying to do any pushes up there. Nope. It's not any large scale. Okay, yep, it was just a pause. They're not doing more pushes. They're running one of the armies, taking control of this town, and seemingly trying to now like push the Soviet outside the west of the Danube. The Kherson is under threat, with the Soviets currently just trying to hold like the areas west of the Danube. The Germans are pushing back some of the last Soviet divisions. Okay, as the Soviets are in Danzig, and are pretty much just stationed along like the eastern and southern Danube, trying to kind of do a defense. So they are starting to crumble slowly as the I seem like the Soviets have now started to make their move. Okay, imagine if they somehow got accepted. That would honestly be surprising. Like if they just took this, like honestly, like that would kind of help, kind of make sure they don't get pushed back. Yeah, the Soviets are starting to make some slow movement inward. Nothing major, but enough to protect some of the cities and just kind of stop the Germans from just, you know, taking more and more stuff. I think the main focus might be on the land east of this river. Yep, they connected to my yep, they have now gotten a deep land, like crossing back rather than just river crossing, as they're now just trying to make gains. Yep, the Soviets are making gains, as the Germans are just kind of. She wants to see if they somehow agree to it. Nope, it seemed like if anything, it kind of angered the Germans even more. Although, how are the Germans doing? They're not doing horrible, okay? They're defending. Oh, what? Why? Why did they do? They don't lose that much, but the Soviets definitely do not think that true. Or, I mean, that's Soviets. I don't know what they were thinking. The Germans are now doing more to kind of counter pushes. But the Germans slowly pushing eastward. It seems like the Germans are doing a second series of attacks to actually try to push them east of the Danube. But we're not exactly connected, just kind of getting close to this city to potentially take it if needed. Now the Germans are starting to make pushes across the Danube, as they're starting to threaten to just take control over pretty much all of Ukraine. They made their crossing, now they're moving on into Crimea. They have already kind of secured a position of Crimea. Now they're trying to secure the position of, well, Ukraine itself. Yep, overall the war situation is not ideal. Germany's just kind of slowly pushing back the Soviets, as the Soviets are trying to pretty much move east for more defensive as well. Yeah, the Germans took Mariupol, are now moving eastward more and more, and the Soviets are being forced to do more and more of this defense. Anyways, honestly, as soon as we get to 1943, probably gonna be the end of today's video, because I mean, we've seen some pretty good currents. Number one, we've seen the Danish, like we see the Swedish join like Iberia and the resistance against like the Nazis with the Nazis with the help of Denmark now pushing into Sweden and potentially being able to take Stockholm and capitulate them, while the Finnish are trying to do like a last southern defense as the Soviets just continue their advancement in the north. The Germans are making rapid advancement down south, now threatening them Exdelino, Aria, and Riga. They have been doing as successful as our timeline, but they're still doing successful. Meanwhile, the British have now starting to make gains against the Russians, with them now pushing into Georgia. So the Soviets will also need to make sure that they don't lose it, the Azerbaijani kind of oil, like the Azerbaijani oil. So that's going to be a fight for the British. So overall, the situation is starting to get a little less than ideal. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.